Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Beth and this is Spiral Path Arts, and this is the video we have been waiting for all summer. At least I have been. And I think some of you maybe are like, when is she ever going to show us what's behind this door? But before I do, I'm going to share a few snippets of some of the in-process videos that I made throughout the summer, and you can see why it took so long. Okay, here we are with bathroom update. We're nearing the finish line, but you can see they ran out of tile. So we have a little tile there and tile under the cabinet to finish. And it hasn't been grouted yet, but when it's grouted, it's going to look real similar because I'm doing a dark gray grout. The new window is in, the tub and shower and toilet are in. And I'm going to move over here so you can see the new cabinet, which is not completely installed yet. Obviously, a lot of finishing to be done in here, but it's coming along, and definitely, they thought they'd be done yesterday, but because of the delay with the flooring, they didn't quite get there. Well, today is Saturday, July 20th, and as you can see, I'm here in the scary room that's supposed to be very soon and should have been by now my new master bedroom with bath, new bath attached. And to say things are not going as planned or as scheduled is once again being too nice, I think. I'll show you here where we're at with the bathroom. Let me move this. And I apologize for the handheld camera. I just kind of came in here. Well, let me tell you. Okay. So things are not going as planned or as scheduled in this bathroom remodel. When I hired these guys, they said they'd get it done in 2 weeks. Well, we didn't really take into consideration that one of those weeks was the 4th of July week with the holiday right pretty much smack in the middle. Oh, cat noises. Okay. Thought maybe my contractors had actually shown up, but that would be too much to ask. It was going to take a little longer. Well, then they got putting the floor tile down and ran out of tile. And it was special order tile from Home Depot, not off the shelf. So we had to wait for that to come back in. And then ever since then, they've just not been here. Now I'll show you where we're at here in the bathroom and all the things they could have been doing while they waited for the tile. But then on top of that, the tile came in this week. They delivered it Thursday. So Thursday, around noonish, they came in with the tile and more thin set. And then the guy was, for whatever reason, the floor is not done. Now, the tile is set under the toilet, but it's not grouted. But they set the toilet anyway, but didn't connect it. Fine, the toilet's the last thing I need in this room, to be quite honest. I mean, I'll need it, obviously, but get the walls painted, get the electrical work in, get the floor done, get the window screen in. Well, let me show you. I'm talking because I'm angry. Kitten, don't go down the air vent. Hey, all right, let me show you. Here's where we are. Lilith is my project manager. This is where they ran out of tile. Just that much, and then into that closet, but also under the vanity. And you can see there's other tile under the vanity because I think they thought it was a traditional vanity that would have a kickboard and go to the floor, and they could hide that other. Oh, and also that hot mess right there. Well, anyway, they had the vanity here, and they had a picture of the vanity, so they should have known, had bun feet. But back to Thursday. He came and he didn't have the right, I have installed my bidet attachment because I'm not having a toilet without one of those now that I've had one. But the water hose, the intake valve, that brings the water from the wall into the toilet. He had that in his hand. He went to put it on. We had a little conversation about the bidet, and I said, yeah, there's a T joint under there, that's just where instead of going into the tank, it goes into that. I've put this, not this one, this is a new one, but I've installed one of these 3 times now. I know how it works. Well, then he goes to do it and he had the wrong size. Okay. So then, but they had the flooring, which was what really needed to go in, the extra flooring. But they leave because he has said he has to go back to the shop and get a different kitchen thingy. I can't think of the word I want. Hose attachment. It's not a hose, but you know what I mean. Anyway, and they left, and then they never came back. And then they didn't come back on Friday. And so then yesterday I spent the whole day trying to track them down to no avail. On my new toilet with the lid down. Let's see how it makes better sure it's seated properly. Okay. Over my shoulder is another issue. And so they never came back Thursday. They never showed up yesterday. I tried calling them, not even voicemail. I tried texting them. And then I called my electrician friend who recommended them. And I said, can you find out what the deal is with these guys? They're like MIA, ghosting me. And they were supposed to be done a week ago. And he said he'd call me back. I never did hear back from him either. So he's kind of on my list right now too. So here we sit. I got a text at 5:55 this morning from the son of the main contractor. The son's been doing most of the work. Sorry, I had to go to the ER on Thursday with heat stroke and dehydration. I don't know how he got that because he wasn't here working. And he goes, I'm feeling better now. I'll be there between 7:30 and 8 o'clock today. It is now well after 10 o'clock. There's nobody here. And so I sit. And the longer I sit, the more annoyed with little details I'm going to be. And if they think they're going to come in here and knock all of this out, grouting the floor, putting up the trimmer on the window, putting the doors back on, trim the doors out, set this vanity, install all the electrical and paint in one day, and it not look like crap when they're done. I'd like to see that happen. I don't think, Lilith, I want to get in that bathtub and soak my anxiety away. Anyhow, so over my shoulder here, I'm sitting on the can right now, on the lid of the toilet. And those are the light switches, the switches to the vent, to the shower vent, the fan and light. Why they're above my toilet? Because nobody asked me where I wanted them when there is a perfectly good wall across from me. That would be the logical place to put a light switch and a fan switch. Now, had they showed up Monday or Tuesday to do some of the other work, like priming and painting and getting the lights up and a few other things while they waited for the floor to come in, I would have mentioned it to them. I would have said, hey, I know it's probably a pain in the ass now that you got the walls all drywalled in, but you did it without asking me, and it just doesn't make sense. How hard is it to move it over to the other wall? But now we're up against time, and I'm going to have to concede a few things, I'm sure. There's just been a lot of things where they just went ahead and made decisions without consulting me that have pissed me off. And if I hadn't been like, no, this is the vanity I want, this is the tub I want, this is the flooring I want, I don't know what random decisions would have been made and what bathroom I would have gotten. There's two other, I have a whole punch list of little detail things that are right. And yeah, that looks like, and I'm sitting here from a different angle. Yeah, I want to be able to lie in this tub and soak and relax and have a peaceful, beautiful, calming escape. And I don't want to lie in this tub and soak and look across the room and go, oh, look at that. That looks like crap. The list is endless. And when I give a full walkthrough at the end, we'll see what we have. But my main frustration right now is that I'm in here and they're not. I originally thought I was going to do this bathroom myself with just a little handyman help, like putting in a plumber, you know, things like that to get this tub in place. Obviously some muscle to help get the cabinet into place. But I didn't move any plumbing. I would have had the electrician come in and redo the lights. But the other stuff, I mean, it would have been, the thing is, it would have taken, I thought, it's going to take me too long. I just want this done. And a professional contractor can come in with his crew and get it done in a couple weeks. And now we're on the 4th week. It's been a lot of hurry up and wait because they were ready to start. Like I signed the contract with him on a Thursday, I guess about a month ago at this point now. And he wanted to start on Monday morning. And I was like, well, I need to order the vanity, the tile, the lighting, a window. Don't even get me started on the window. We had an entire conversation about it's a historic house. I have to have an appropriate window. I don't know if with the light behind it you can see it, but it's a crank out casement window. Vinyl. It's not a historically accurate. So it's a crank out casement window without a screen. So what's the point of having an operable window if it doesn't have a screen? He said he'd make me a screen a week ago, 2 weeks ago. We'll see what happens. Well, I'm getting a screen, regardless. Oh, another thing. I talked on the first day before we signed the contract. My vision for this bathroom was to have beadboard wainscoting partway up the wall with trim on the top to give it that antique Victorian appropriate look. And it doesn't have that. And as far as I can tell, there's no intention. The problem is that the main guy, the dad that I signed the contract with, hasn't been back in over a week. So those kind of questions I haven't been able to bring to him because he hasn't been here and he doesn't answer his freaking phone. And another thing that I had to catch before they started, well, they couldn't start it because they had to get more tile. They didn't ask me what color grout I wanted on this tile. Let me show you again. I specifically chose this basket weave tile, because it's more historical looking, it's more antique looking, more appropriate for the age of the house. But also I just thought it was really cool. It's a little different than, little hexagon penny tile kind of thing. But they were going to put white grout on it. They had a bag of white grout over here. And I was like, no, I don't want white grout because I will lose the basket weave. You lose the basket weave if there's white. You've got to have dark. Now that all you're seeing there is the shadow because there's no grout in it yet. So I was like, no, I need dark. Plus I don't want to have to keep white grout clean. I'm a grown-up. I have not my first rodeo on tile floors. I do not want white grout in my bathroom. Anywhere in my house, to be honest. I'm making this video mainly for my own records and for future need, if needed. So, for the record, can you read this? It is Monday, July 22nd at 11:10 a.m. I am still waiting to hear from or see Dale to come finish this bathroom job. I'm not going to get too snarky about do they not have a tape measure and know how to do basic math to know how many square foot of tile that they need, and any other tile installer and myself anytime I have installed tile knows that you order more than you need. Never consulted me about what I wanted for lighting in here, and just went ahead and purchased an ugly ass light to put up here, and I already had pendant lights purchased. And when I brought the pendant lights in and said long before they closed up the ceiling, for the record. So I don't know how that's going, how they're going to do that, but they've had over a week to figure it out and tell me what they're going to do. Ordered the wrong sink faucet, wrong size. Because they never asked me which one I wanted. I had on my list one that I knew that would fit because when I chose this vanity, I bothered to look at the specification of what size holes were pre-drilled into it. But they had a different one, which they bought without consulting me, and it was the wrong size and have never come back with the other one. Nobody's been here for the last week to be working on this stuff while we were waiting for the tile to come in. The other thing is, and I pointed it out from the very get-go before we did 1 minute before I even signed the contract. This floor, it's an old house, has a decided dip here. My big long level is out in the shed and I don't want to go get it, so I'm using their T-square. But I'm standing up on the higher level of the T-square. Yes, it's flexible, but you can see how much of a gap. It goes from here to there. That's a good inch. And then it slopes back up again when you get to that end of the room. I mentioned it to them. And again, I don't think I should be having to tell professionals what they should be doing if I've hired them. If I were to have done this, now they put cement board down underneath the floor, but self-leveling compound is a thing. Or getting under the house and making sure that these floor joists in this 100-plus-year-old house are, there and not sagging and don't need extra support. None of that was done. It's too late. Here we are. It is Tuesday morning, and my main guy got here yesterday because I called and made a stink. And he was very apologetic and got to work yesterday, worked a good 10-hour day, and here's where we're at. That light works. Lilith is fine with the floor. It hasn't been finished, but and he did a lot more mudding and taping yesterday. He moved the light switch from there to there. That was pissing me off. I'm going to finish patching that today. And this light switch now turns on fan light and the fan. It's a nice quiet fan. Happy about that. Oh, yeah, and got the pendant lights in up there. And can't wait till those go in because those are going to be really pretty. So this is what a little bitchin' will get you. Well, good morning, friends. I know I look like death warmed over and then some rolled in dog crap and left on the side of the road kind of look this morning. But anyhow, no apologies needed, I hope. We're back in the evil room. Someday this is going to be my oasis, but right now it's still a shithole. But why? Why at the end, going into the very last week of August, am I walking into a bathroom that's not done? Well, your guess is as good as mine. I don't really need to guess. I know why, because I know why. But anyway, here we are. It is Saturday morning, the 23rd or something. I don't know. It's a Saturday morning. And another week has gone by and the bathroom is not finished. Here's a little update, and then I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. The update is, as I just said, it's not done. It's getting closer. The reason why? Well, when contractors go missing for days at a time and you can't reach them, that's one reason. Another reason is when the job started, he had a son and 2 or 3 nephews helping him, and now it's just him, and he's an older man, and just when we get a little older, we work a little slower. I can understand that. So anyhow, let me give you a look here what's happening. This has been done for a while. He's now working on getting this beadboard up. And that was a whole thing because I told him right from the beginning I wanted this. And then we were getting supposedly close to being done. And it wasn't done. It wasn't here. It wasn't happening. And I was like, what's the deal? So then I happened to go to Home Depot myself 2 weeks ago. I don't know. I had to go to Montgomery, and so I went to Home Depot and I found the product. I thought, I'll do this myself if I have to. It's not that hard. It's the PVC paneling. It's thin. It goes on with construction adhesive, maybe a couple finish nails here and there. It can be cut with a jigsaw or a circular saw. I'm like, I'm just going to do this myself. Well, I got it. I did track him down. He showed up. He started it. But it didn't get finished again this week. Number of days of him not getting here until late morning, leaving mid-afternoon. Here we are. It's like this close to being done. He's supposed to be here today. Just got a text about 6:30 this morning that he wasn't going to come today. I don't know why. I didn't ask. At this point, I don't care. So what am I going to do today? I was going to work in the hallway today, but I think what I'm going to do today is maybe work on painting in here. As you can see over my shoulder, I started priming linen closet door and trim. So I started that last weekend. The floor still needs grouted. Don't ask me. I don't know why. You would start putting in trim. He's got all the shoe molding before you... But I think it's because the person who's supposed to grout the floor hasn't come to grout the floor, which I think is his son, which is why we're this far out on this job not being done, is because for like 2 weeks his son was supposed to be in here finishing it and he didn't show up. All right, friends, I am sitting on the floor in my new finished bathroom. It's very early Saturday morning of Labor Day weekend, so September 31st. This bathroom was begun June 28th or 29th. The Monday, not the Monday of 4th of July week, but the Monday prior to that. So for all intents and purposes, this bathroom has been undergoing its renovation since 4th of July all the way to Labor Day. I'm over it. But I'm going to... it's not finished. I still have to paint the whole room. I did put one coat on the ceiling the other day, but I have to put a second coat to finish the ceiling, paint the walls, paint the trim, and then all the doors and door trim, because the doors and door trim in this bathroom were stained black, and all the baseboards. So a lot of painting, and it's like not even 6 a.m. Sun's not even up. But I woke up at 4:30 and couldn't get back to sleep. Tried reading for an hour and kept like drifting off. But then when I turned the light back off and tried to fall asleep, I couldn't, because I kept thinking about my frustrations, my continued frustrations about this bathroom. And so I got up to see if I could do something about it. So I'm going to share that with you. My problem is I cannot find anything to prop my phone on right at the moment, because my house is like a hot mess with things everywhere. So, but like I said, I'm not going to do a full bathroom reveal, but I'm going to show you one of the main things that's driving me crazy right now before we do the full. Later today, tomorrow, hopefully the full bathroom will be ready. Yeah, and then we start on that mess. Okay, here's my bathroom floor. I love the bathroom floor. I love this tile. I almost kind of, in a way, designed the whole bathroom around this basket weave tile. I'm going to show you right now. Oh, and did I choose my bathroom floor? Hey, to match my cats? Perhaps. When they finally got around to grouting the floor. And see, now I'm seeing all the little details. See this, this is mosaic floor, but see that row and that row, they didn't line it up right. But you know what? I'm not going to be sitting down here on the floor looking at all the errors that were made most of the time. I'm just going to walk in, see the overall pattern, and I'm going to be happy with it, right? Okay. He grouted it. The night he left after grouting it, there was still not just a haze, which is understandable, but like smears of black grout still on the floor. And I said to myself, that's not right. I have grouted a couple floors in my life, but he's a professional and I'm paying him good money to do this. Maybe this grout is different than other grouts. I don't know. It's not. It is exactly the same as all other grouts, that if you leave it on the floor too long, it will be next to impossible to get off. And so the next day, he cleaned it all up. It looked good at first, and then I looked at it closer, and let's see if I can bring you in to see what I'm talking about. Can you see the gray haze on a good chunk of these? Now over here in the middle, I don't know if you can see, again, it's still dark outside. Haze, no haze. So why am I in here at 5 in the morning or 6 in the morning? Because I remembered that I had a, what are these called? Magic eraser. And I wanted to see if it would work. And I think it does. Okay, it's not very good cinematography because I'm wiggling as I'm scrubbing. And if I put you in my left hand, I don't think it's even better. So let's take one of these that's really bad and give it a scrub. Sorry for the wiggles. Oops. This curtain is pissing me off that's over my head. I maybe should have chosen a different area. Okay. I would say that is way better than that. So when I am finished painting and putting up towel racks and toilet paper holders and washing the window in the mirror, I guess I'm going to spend the rest of my holiday weekend on my hands and knees doing something that I shouldn't have had to do. Yeah, see, much better. So I'm going to go to Walmart and buy a bucket of these things because this one's not going to make it through this entire floor. And I'm also going to stop at the liquor store and restock my cabinet because trust and believe that over the last 2 months, there's been many a night that I've cried into my gin and tonic over this bathroom. But it's done. It's done-ish. Also, I got sick last weekend, so I wasn't able to do anything. All right, friends, I am going to try to do about 10 to 20 square foot of this floor before 7 a.m. and then take a break. And then when the sun is finally up and the stores are finally open, we don't have a 24-hour Walmart. And before I get covered in paint and sweat and growdiness, I will run to the hardware store or Walmart and get more of my sponges wherever else I have to go so that I can finish. I need to finish in here before noon because I have to get in the sewing room and catch up for about 2 to 3 weeks worth of sewing work for a big project because my sewing machine also got sick last week, 2 weeks ago, and had to be in the shop. There it is. Let's take a look. Here we are. Here is the finished bathroom. Took way, way, way too long, but it's done, and I have been enjoying it. So let's take a look at some of the features. Here is the vanity. And I'll try to link the details in the description, because this is a Home Depot vanity, and I got it specifically because the original bathroom, the sink was here, and then there was like a counter space here for like a little, like it was open underneath, you could put a chair. So I didn't want to have to move the plumbing. So I found this vanity with the sink on the left, and it works very well. Here is the shower stall, tub and shower. And nothing fancy. I didn't go with tile, and I'm glad I didn't because of the contractors I had. I probably would have ended up with a leaky shower. And I specifically chose this tub because it fit in the original space, but it was very deep. I wanted a nice deep soaking tub. And I put up this curved shower rod, curtain rod, and that's been very lovely so it doesn't like stick on you. One of the features I had to fight for in this bathroom, it was part of the original plan, was that my floor matches my cat. That was a happy accident, actually. No, was this beadboard wainscoting. And this is actually a PVC product, so it's waterproof, but it's paintable. And, and I had to get a new bath pillow so that I could lounge. But my contractor either didn't understand what I was talking about or just didn't want to do it. And he never, we were getting near the end and no beadboard was to be seen. So I went to Home Depot and picked up what I wanted and brought it to him and explained. It was still an ordeal, but it's done. And I think the crowning touch, which actually is under your feet, is the floor that matches my cat. Of course, I couldn't have a project that I didn't have a project for, a sewing project for. And so I want to share with you this little project and encourage you that if you are looking to take your bath up another level, to try this. And again, links will be in the description for all the items or all the materials that I found. I wanted a new set of towels for this bathroom, towels and washcloths. And I found on one of the fabric sites that I frequent online, this wonderful fabric that is like magic. It makes magic towels. Remember when you were kids, or my kids were kids, get those little tiny magic towels that are like in a gumball machine, and then you put them in water and they make towels. Not those kind of magic towels. But anyway, look at the texture of these towels. They're 50-50, well, 47-53, something like that. Basically linen and cotton. But the magic is not that they start like this. This is how they start. This lovely, smooth fabric. And then when you wash it, it shrinks, and this is the texture you get. So for instance, this is the hand towel before washing. This is the hand towel after washing. So you can see how much it shrinks up. Actually, before I finish these pink ones, I am going to shorten and maybe take enough off that I can get some small face cloths out of it, because this hand towel is a little big for my towel holder. It hangs down on the counter and it's just a little bigger than I need. So I'm going to make the pink one just a little smaller, but nice size face cloths and a dark colored face cloth. It's wonderful when you're removing makeup and things like that. Don't worry about staining it. But let me show you the bath sheets. These things are giant. And they're wonderful because they got the stretch in them, but they're thin and lightweight, so they dry super fast. You don't have those like smelly, soggy towels from one bath to the next. But look how big this thing is. Oops. Easily wrap around you and tuck in and brush your teeth, do your hair, whatever, and your towel's not going to fall off. I love the bath sheet size. So 3 yards of this fabric will give you 2 of these bath sheets, 2 face cloths, and a hand towel. And again, I'm going to make my hand towel. I also have this in ivory, have the fabric in ivory because it went on sale. And I was like, well, I'll make some for the guest room too. So I'm going to have 3 sets of these towels. Haven't cut and seamed the ivory ones yet. So when I do, I may make different sizes. I don't know what I'm going to do with that color yet. But I have these 2 done. I just haven't washed the pink because I wanted to show you the difference in size from unwashed to washed. That's the face cloth. That's how much it shrinks. They actually give you the percentage on the website of shrinkage widthwise and lengthwise. So if you want to know the details, I don't remember what they are. And every time, this is I think the 3rd or 4th time I've washed these today. Today was the 3rd or 4th time I've washed them since I made them. And I think every time I wash them, they get just a little softer and they get maybe shrink up a little bit more, especially if, I machine dry these because I want them to shrink. So they're just, I look forward to washing my face at night, which, I guess I do anyway, but, it's just a little luxury. It's just a little luxury. And this, if you sign, it's fabric-store.com. They have lots of linens and lots of goodies. And quite often, this fabric goes on sale, 20-30% off. And that's how I get on their mailing list. You'll see when it goes on sale. And if you look up similar towels that are linen and cotton like this, it's $100 a bath sheet. And again, I don't remember exactly. If I remember, I'll put it in here or something. But very reasonable. Probably the whole set or the 2 sets were what 1 towel would have cost at like a luxury brand. So I'm looking forward to getting these pink ones because I just think the soft pink in here is going to be pretty. I had hoped this was more of a almost black and it's a little more gray than I would like, but it still looks good with my black and white bathroom. And yeah, so if you're looking, like I said, to add a little luxury to your new bathroom or your old bathroom, this is a really fun, easy project. And look how pretty it looks in my big rope basket in here. So you can, this one didn't sell at the conference, and I think I priced it a little high, but I did that on purpose. Like, okay, if it sells at that price, I'll be okay with it. I'll just make myself another one. But if it doesn't, I have this wonderful, either for my towels or for a little laundry basket here on the floor. I know we've been waiting a long time for this bathroom. And of course, I can't find one before picture. I can find one in process picture after they had gutted it. But I think it was such a dark, scary, creepy, gross, disgusting, mold-filled space that I shut the door and never came in here until it was time to gut it and work. So trust me, if those string of words did not explain why I never shared this room with you before, I think you can understand. So on to the next room, and soon this will be my retreat. My mistress, goddess, the goddess bedroom and bath ensuite. All right, thanks for being patient and waiting all summer to see this project that was supposed to take 2 to 3 weeks that ended up taking 6 to 8 weeks. And then it took me even longer to get a video for you. But I love it. And I think tonight is bath night. I bought a new bath bomb and some face masks. And I have my new pillow, bath pillow. So I think a little glass of wine and some pampering is in order. I hope you have an opportunity to pamper yourself too. Peace out. Love you. Bye.